that's the race leader, Kasey Kahne. Wow. NBC Sports presents the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series, live from the Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois. More than 75,000 fans will be here today as the season strikes the halfway mark. 16 drivers broke the track record in qualifying, led by this man, four-time series champion Jeff Gordon. On Friday, Gordon won his fourth straight pole position, and today he chases his third straight win. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chicagoland. I'm Bill Weber, and on behalf of our entire NBC race family, we're really excited to be back. And along with our teammates at TNT, we will take you all the way to the Nextel Cup Championship Series season finale this November in Homestead, Florida. Now, just 9 races from now, only the top 10 drivers in the championship standings and those within 400 points of the leader will be eligible to capture the Cup in NASCAR's new 10-race chase for the championship. The points and the pressure begin to mount.
Boy, if there's one guy who knows how hard it is to win this year, it is definitely Kasey Kahne. 4 second-place finishes, but you know, talked to a lot of people in the garage this morning. They say that you're the man to beat. Is that a fair assessment?
I think we have a good shot. I think our Dodge dealers, UAW Dodge, is really good this weekend, and you know, there's some other good cars, obviously, but you know, Tommy Baldwin and this whole team did a great job this weekend, so I think we got a good shot.
Of his 4 second-place finishes this year, they've all come in the race car he's driving today.
You know, right now our confidence is sky high, and we've got to just keep doing what we've been doing and keep communicating. And there's no doubt in my mind that if we just, you know, have the teamwork that we've had here lately, that we will be a factor when this thing's over.
All right, driver intros are coming up. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, yeah.
Good luck
to have
today.
you guys here.
Glad to be here. Jeff Gordon, he leads him to the green flag this afternoon here at Chicagoland. Halfway mark of the season today. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
I guess that roar is all you need to know, huh? Pace car's off. And it is time to start today's NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race on NBC. We're underway.
Now, you know, they say it's not important to lead the first lap, but on these type of tracks, you want to be out front. So if you can get out front quick, it's going to be better for the aerodynamics of your car.
Jeff Gordon, Kasey Kahne racing for that top spot.
Jimmy Johnson taking a look. Taking a look on a 9-car, Kasey Kahne. Can't pull it off.
Gordon leads lap 1, Kahne is second, Johnson is third, Greg Biffle is fourth, and fifth is Brian Vickers. Tony Stewart trying to pick up some spots.
Picked up some spots by the looks of it. He went way high and got right up against the wall. Looks like he passed a few then.
Going by Ryan Newman on the outside as we look on board Ryan Newman's car, Tony Stewart going down the backstretch to turn 3. Early on, all these guys will run right on the bottom of the racetrack with these cold, fresh tires. But as Jeff Burton talked about, they will be moving up as the laps progress.
Tony started 10th. He's up to 7th now. And we have a new leader in today's race. Jeff Gordon backing up. He's already second. He's about to give that up to Greg Biffle.
He gave it up.
Trouble turn 2. 2 cars into the wall. Ryan Newman is one of them, and Kurt Busch is the other.
Ryan Newman, 9th place in the NASCAR Nextel Cup points. Can't afford this because he's got guys breathing down his neck.
Neither can he.
No, neither can he.
Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch is 7th in the championship. Some pretty heavy damage there, Dave.
Alan, on lap 15, Ryan reported in, the car feels squashy in the rear. I feel like I'm on top of the track. Maybe I have a right rear going down. We'll see what the replays show.
Top right of the screen.
Yep.
He was under somebody.
Yep, he lost the left rear, and unfortunately, Kurt Busch was right there.
Kurt Busch cannot catch a break, but they hit these safer barriers, and both guys drive away.
Yeah, amen, man. Those things are great. He did not get off the throttle. Watch right here. The 6 car goes high, and Kurt slowed down to run high. BP, I think he's going to wish he just stood on the gas. He may have cleared it.
You think he might have gotten by?
I think he might. And another thing is, I know Ryan Newman's going to be second-guessing himself, because normally when you think you feel something wrong with the car, there's something wrong with the car. And drivers will second-guess themselves all the time. And when that happens, that's what happens to your car.
Elliott Sadler in 7th. Last-second call to take 2 tires, just a little bit tight in the middle of the corner. He said the track is very slick. Half pound on the right front tire. Dave?
Ryan Vickers said the car's coming around just a little tight in traffic. Just give me 4 tires and fuel and send me on my way. Matt?
Tony Stewart got just right side tires that got him up into the lead. Elliott Sadler, Scott Riggs, Casey Mears, Jamie McMurray, Matt Kenseth, right side tires only. First guy with 4 tires. Oh, trouble on the restart for Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, we had a couple of guys, Matt, and looked like Casey Mears had a problem on the restart, whether they missed a shift or spun the tires, not sure, but we got another smoker up there. Maybe that may just be low tire pressure.
Greg Biffle, now it looks like the left front might be caved in on his car a little bit, that jam up there, Walt.
It may have been happened on that restart when they got boxed up.
There we see, wow. Yes.
Yeah, they're definitely damaged on the left front. He must have got into somebody when they missed a shift. Bill.
Yeah, left front tire, Rob. Talking about it, trying to decide what to do.
Watch the 17.
Okay, here's the jam up. Oh, he got into, is that Vickers?
No, yeah. Vickers got in the back of the 17, and Biffle also ran in the 17.
Caution is out for debris. And there it is.
Wow. That may have probably come up.
Probably the 21 car.
Yeah, 21 car looks like he's missing a bunch of material on the right front.
And Kenseth's going right over that sheet metal. I hope his crew is watching this, because he probably ought to pit. Wow.
I want to go in the corner harder and wider out. I want to stay out longer so I can make the middle quicker, but I can't because it's so loose in. If I could drive it in far straight, but then it pushes real bad in the middle. It's just like diving in the corner.
And Casey Kane came out of the pits first. He only added fuel to the number 9 car, and a wedge adjustment. Felt like he needed an adjustment to get better.
3 wide. Jimmy Johnson underneath Riggs and Casey Mears in the 41, and almost pulled it off.
That was for 5th place. Up ahead, Jeff Gordon around Elliott Sadler to pick up 3rd. And now Jimmy Johnson and Casey Mears.
That 41 car, Casey Mears, he gets around this place very good.
Yeah, he had a great race here last year and then got caught up in an incident late in the race and didn't get a decent finish out.
He's been good in practice, qualified well, so he's got to watch.
The 41, Casey Mears on pit road. Water had climbed to over 250 degrees. The reason, some debris on the grill. It looks to be a tear-off of another race car. 4 tire change as well. No other adjustments. Tough break for Casey Mears.
Yeah, he was 6th when he peeled off and came down the pit lane, Matt. And he's going to lose a lap with this unscheduled stop. Tony Stewart is the race leader. 3.7 seconds up on 2nd place Jeremy Mayfield. We were getting that report on Dale Jr. listening to the radio conversation between he and his crew. And Wally, your eyebrows shot up instantly.
Yeah, I know exactly what he's going through. What he's going through is when you go down the straightaway, you want to stay way up against the wall and arc the car in. So watch as we go down into turn 1 here. We're in the tri-oval. We want to go to turn 1. When your car is loose in, if you stay out and turn right here, the car wants to get loose. So you're afraid to turn the steering wheel. So what you have to do is, like Dale was talking about, you have to drive the car straight in and not turn the wheel. Now, let's go take a look at a guy that's handling very well right now. That'll be the 6 car of Mark Martin, who's running in 5th place.
Hear him back off the throttle, go down the corner.
And look at his arms. They don't move. He's got that steering wheel locked, and that's the sign of a good handling race car. When you don't have to jerk and pull on that steering wheel, he goes down the corner, he sets the steering wheel, and he lets the car do the work.
Did something just happen to the 20 car? Because he was right behind the 18 of Labonte, and now Labonte is several car lengths in front of him. Okay, let's see what happened.
It's John Andretti in the 1. Blink.
Oh, man. That to me looked like he got a little bit angry with John and drove into his door.
But, you know, if he knocks that right front fender in, we talked about just how important the downforce is here at this racetrack.
And we come back to the Chicagoland Speedway just as the caution flag comes out. Troubles for Ricky Craven.
Tide ride, blow up.
Puff of smoke.
And in one more lap, Jeff Gordon would have been lapped by Tony Stewart. What a lucky break for Gordon.
Service has already been completed on Tony Stewart's Chevrolet. He needed to be tightened up a tick on entry to center to help on the takeoff, Bill.
Sterling Marlin already away. Benny, he took 2 tires and fuel. That car is good. Watch the 40 of Marlin.
All right, we got our eyes on him, but Tony Stewart is right behind him with 4 tires, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
I want to be riding with Tony, I believe, on this restart.
Yeah, I do
what do
too.
you think,
I do too.
We'll put you in the 40 car, Weber.
Oh, no! Just as we come back to Chicagoland, that's the race leader, Kasey Kahne. He took fuel only on the restart, and he's got company in the big pile.
Junior, the 8 car has crashed.
Dave Blaney, John Andretti was involved. 4 tires, no tires, 2 tires.
And Jeff Burton, the 99 car.
You think somebody spun their tires on a restart?
No, because Tony Stewart jumped up on the outside of Sterling Marlin and passed him on the restart, which was legal, but he might have made contact with the 9 car.
Scott Riggs with damage. He was having a good run. Kasey Kahne took fuel only on his pit stop, got out front with the lead. His teammate Jeremy Mayfield and Sterling Marlin only took right side tires. Tony Stewart was the first one with 4 tires. He got an incredible jump on the restart to the outside. You see Blaney waiting for help.
I'm interested to see what happened myself, Wally. I did see Tony get that great jump.
He did get a good start. Let's watch here. Tony gets on the outside of the 40.
I think when he goes up on the outside of the 9, or wait a minute, we'll see.
But you know what? What caused that? You got a guy that's not on new tire.
Wow.
BP, there's a big fight in the 20 pit. Tommy Baldwin, a number of the Dodge guys came down to talk to the 20 crew members. NASCAR officials do have Tommy Baldwin. They are trying to break this up. Huge altercation down here in the 20 pit, guys.
Man.
Here's my point on this deal, guys. When some guys take tires, some guys don't take tires. If you don't have new tires, you can't go into turn 1 as hard as the guy that's got new tires. So Kasey Kahne went into the corner, but he couldn't charge the corner like Tony Stewart, who had the new tires.
Ever see Tommy Baldwin, the crew chief on the right, the light-haired fellow, the dark-haired fellow, Jim Pullman, the car chief.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're driving the car to how the car feels. It just, you know, the 9 had to get out earlier because he wasn't on the fresher tires.
See Dale Jr. get knocked around and spun, second place driver in the championship. I can tell you one thing for certain. There will be some fines and or suspensions and or whatever coming out of that.
But, you know, once again, Tony this year, you know, he's been impatient. Several times he's been impatient. And this was another classic example of being impatient.
Bring you up to speed if you don't recall the history. This goes back to Darlington in the spring.
Kasey Kahne, the 9, goes up. He thinks he's clear of Tony. He goes up and makes contact with Tony. Goes down the corner, and in my opinion, Tony deliberately spun out the 9 car.
I'll go with you on that one, BP.
And so that is, I think that kind of started things, the ball rolling.
Kasey Kahne has taken his car to the garage for repairs along with Jeff Burton and Dave Blaney. Tony Stewart is the race leader over Sterling Marlin, Jeremy Mayfield, Jimmy Johnson, and Elliott Sadler. We have 22 cars on the lead lap. We added a couple there under that last caution. Scott Wimmer was the lucky dog, plus Dale Jarrett and Robbie Gordon.
All right, BP, now we'll see if that 20 car takes off again because he's out front in clean air. We thought there was something wrong with this car earlier. We'll see if it was the traffic that was the problem.
Do have a history. Do you think it was personal or just racing?
Well, you never know with him, but you know, I don't think he's. It's tough to say with him. I don't really know. I just know that I was just getting ready to shift to 4th. My car was sliding a little bit, and as I pulled it into 4th, I was backwards in the wall. So it's too bad for our Dodge dealers team. It's disappointing.
Caught up with Tommy Baldwin now. Tommy, what happened out there on pit road?
Just Tony Stewart doing what he's been doing all year, driving like a moron. You know, there's no reason to do that stuff, and he gets away with it all he wants, and all NASCAR does is fine him. He's got plenty of money. The guy needs to sit out a race. That's it.
What was your intention when you went down to Greg? To talk about?
Talking to Zippy and tell him, you know, his driver's a moron. I got off the pit box. They started pushing me. Then the official grabbed me. I don't know what happened after that.
We've run 166 laps. Tony Stewart has led 119. That doesn't leave a whole lot for anybody else.
No, it doesn't. And now Tony's getting up with these other cars, Benny. So we'll see if this slows him down or if he struggles a little bit where Jimmy Johnson can make some ground up, because his car doesn't handle as well around other cars.
He comes around Jeff Green.
He got pointed by Jeff.
But now he's going to run up on Jeff Gordon, the 24 car, who wants to stay on the lead lap.
The caution flag fly over the Tropicana 400. It is waved because a piece of metal has come off just at the exit of turn 4 by the double lines that they use to mark the restart point on the racetrack. And so the yellow flag flying today for a 6th time in this race. Jeff Gordon was overtaken by Tony Stewart, but the caution comes out quickly, and so
he's the dog, the lucky dog.
He's barking.
He becomes a lucky dog, and I've heard him say that he doesn't believe in the lucky dog.
He will today.
He might believe in it today. All right, Jimmy Johnson's got his best shot. He's right there behind Tony Stewart. Can he do anything with him?
Take the whoa. Boy, that car looked like it got a little bit loose in there. Jimmy Johnson had 48 car. Now you're two of them, you got to figure out how to get around them. That's the really tough part. Tony Stewart's been working that bottom lane, so Jimmy's going to have to look at the high side to try to make a pass.
This is as close as anybody's been to Stewart for a while. Johnson looking outside.
Here we go. Now he's looking inside.
Crossover.
He's got a fender.
He's there.
Outside.
Outside someplace. Tony Stewart in the 20 car has not been today.
Great job,
Jimmy Johnson.
Are the man. Do it.
New leader.
And I think Tony gave him a little bit of a break there.
Why?
Well, because it was close coming off of that turn 4. And I think if Tony could have stayed in the throttle, he would have gotten that 48 loose.
Back at Chicagoland Speedway, caution is on the track. Mike Bliss has just crashed off turn 2.
All right, now we're in a situation that all these cars can make it to the end of the day. So pit crews, get your A game.
Mike Bliss running in 26th position. A couple of laps down to the race leader at the time of his accident.
Let's take a look here, BP.
Coming off turn 2.
In the last part of it there.
Didn't look like anybody was around him to make contact. Just a simple losing control off the corner.
Did get the safer barrier, though.
Back out of the inner line. It's going to be a battle out between the 20 and Stewart in the Home Depot car, the lowest car. Looks like the 20 got him.
And right now, the
all, Bill.
40 and the 19 are out in front, Bill.
Yeah, the 40 took 2 right side tires and fuel, and I'll tell you, they better make sure that fuel thing got full, but they gambled on 2.
And we do so with 53 laps to go in this race.
And the 40 car, once again, vapor lock. You know, it cost him the Brickyard 400 a few years ago. Same thing again. The fuel gets so hot that it boils, gets an airlock in there.
We've seen that a lot today, BP. A lot of different guys have had that problem.
So Sterling Marlin, who was the race leader, is shuffled back. Now it is Jeremy Mayfield who leads, with Tony Stewart second and Jimmy Johnson third. Oh, and by the way, that's Dale Earnhardt Jr. in front of the leaders. Tail end of the lead lap if he can catch a caution. He might be able to make something out of this day yet.
Let's watch this restart here. Watch Sterling. Go. Did you see that puff of smoke? Was it a vapor lock or a missed shift?
Could have been a missed shift.
That may have been a missed shift. Yeah.
Hey, Benny, you're right.
Missed shift?
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Oops.
Oops. Here
So
I was thinking it was mechanical, but it's like Sterling. Made a boo-boo.
That'll drop him to 4th place and put a bit of gap between he and these front 3. Remember, Jeremy Mayfield just with 2 tires on his pit stop. Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson with 4 fresh good years.
I want 4. I don't think 2 is going to be able to hold them off.
Well, Alan, in countdown to green, Jeremy talked a lot about how hard it is to win in the NASCAR Cup Series. As you just saw on the graphic a moment ago, it's been 4 years and 3 weeks since Jeremy Mayfield won a NASCAR Cup race. The decision to take 2 tires has put them in the lead with 32 to go. And I've got to disagree with you, Wally. I'd rather have that clean air. That car is going to be awfully wide. If you hadn't won in 4 years, can you imagine how wide you can make that race car.
Oh, there's
keep
no
Tony
question.
Stewart behind you.
Yeah, there's no question, Marty. The problem is if that 19 car gets in traffic before this race is over, that clean air is gone. That's going to hurt him.
Well, it took him about 27 laps to do it, but Tony Stewart has finally worked his way around Jeremy Mayfield and reclaimed the lead in this race.
See, here's the pass. He goes up on the high side where those 4 tires were sticking better than the 2 tires of Jeremy Mayfield. Hey, Marty.
Hang on there, Wally.
We got a yellow.
Caution flag is out. Debris in turn 4.
Oh, now what do you do with 22 laps to go?
There it is, hunk of metal.
Allen.
Real exciting is right. Jeff Gordon restarting 16th.
I had that happen to me at Dover.
Jack True back.
Yeah, he had that happen.
And Tony Stewart, what Zippy was talking. Green is right. What Zippy was talking about. This is the backup car that Tony Stewart is driving. Friday morning, in one of the first practice sessions, he crashed the Home Depot car and had to go to a backup car.
Here comes Jimmy Johnson outside of Mayfield for second. And he's got him.
Yes, sir.
And Mark is having trouble getting off the mark. Matt.
BP under that caution. Jimmy told Chad Knaus, the car finally started coming back to me. I just lost too much track position at the start of that run. He's got one more shot at the 20.
Not the last segment of the race, but the one before that. Jimmy Johnson got around Tony Stewart and led him for a while. Remember, Stewart passed Johnson back on a pit stop. So we'll see if Jimmy can get up there and do anything with Tony. Look at this. Oh, Robbie Gordon into the back of Jeff Green, and around Jeff goes.
Wow.
Caution is out. At 14 laps to go.
Look out. That was close.
Boy.
I'd like to see what started all that.
Well, we've got an idea. They were bouncing off each other like they were on a quarter-mile Saturday night.
Now, the 43 had to do something with 31. Let's take a look. Okay, there. Wow. Well, that's the end result.
Jeff Green was not on the lead lap.
Everybody's clear so far except for Mark.
11 laps to go.
Mark is clear. Well, that was pretty nice of Kyle.
Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, Jeremy Mayfield, Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin, the top 5. Dale Jarrett with 2 fresh tires on his last pit stop. And then Jeff Gordon with 4 fresh tires on his pit stop, trying to make way through the traffic.
Oh, got a car.
Who's that?
Mark Martin scraping the wall.
No, does he got a... Oh, have a tire go down, or maybe let's take...
What did he say? My brakes are gone. Did he say my brakes are gone, Dave?
He said I saved it. Now, I haven't figured out if he hit the switch as quick as he said I saved
race car. I can't believe it.
I don't know if we have a replay of how he was off the turn. Okay, it blew up, he said. Yep. But he saved the race car. He didn't get into the wall. This is a favorite race car of theirs. They're taking it testing at Indianapolis Monday, guys.
Oh, man, how
but this is big disappointment.
Of course, the day's headlines will be an interesting one for Tony and his team, involved in the incident with Casey Kane a little earlier on a restart, and then the altercation on pit road between the 9 and 20 pit crews. But in the end, it'll be a dominating performance by Stewart, who will have led 160 of 267 laps.
That's pretty dominant.
Oh, he's been by far the best car today. There's no doubt about it.
Drivers who won a race a year ago who've not won this year. There are quite a few of them. In fact, 11 drivers. Winners last year, not this. Scratch one off the list. Tony Stewart, with his first win of 2004, he takes the Tropicana 400 at Chicago by almost 3 seconds over Jimmy Johnson.
Tony, congratulations. Your weekend started off in a tough fashion, losing a race car after someone dropped oil on the track. Then you came back into victory lane, your first win of the year.
Yeah, what an awesome weekend, boy. I tell you, these Home Depot guys, they had the longest day on Friday that I think I've ever seen them have on a Friday here. But, you know, they just did a great job. You know, we made some changes yesterday. Zippy and I talked about it, and this thing was just awesome all day long.
Tony, tell me about what happened with the 9 of Casey Kane.
I wish I knew. I mean, all I know is I got around the 40 car, and I got back in the slot and was catching him. I started checking up. and then he checked up, and I don't know if, you know, somebody pinched him to where he had to get out of the gas, or if he missed a shift, or he just shifted, or what. But I mean, I was right on his butt, but all of a sudden he checked up, and like I say, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got forced to check up or what happened, but you know, that was a bad deal. I mean, we could have got taken out just as easy as anybody does that. And you know, Casey's one of my young guys that came from the same ranks I did. That was the last guy you'd want to hurt. But you know, I hate it for him, and I hate it for us too. I mean, it could have tore our car up just as easy. I mean, it's not something that was, like I said, I'd like to see what happened too, because I don't know what happened. All I know is I got behind him, and no more than I got behind him, and he checked up all of a sudden. So it didn't make for a very fun restart, that's for sure.
So we're done for Chicagoland, Saturday, July 24th. After an open weekend, we go to TNT for NASCAR Busch Series racing from Loudon, presented by Midas. Then 2 weeks from today, NASCAR Nextel Cup racing from New Hampshire, 1:30 Eastern, starting with Discover Card countdown to green. And next on NBC, except on the West Coast, the U.S. Olympic Trials. For our NASCAR on NBC crew, Alan Bestwick. So long from Chicagoland.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.